what I need to do today is figure out what I did wrong. I was looking at this piece here earlier, and I've noticed that I have on one side a perfect 9-degree bevel, which is what I need. I think yesterday in the video I said 8. I think it was just kind of accounting for the deflection of my miter saw. There's a 1-degree discrepancy on the scale in that. We checked it at 90 degrees, and that's kind of what we came up with. But anyway, got a perfect 9-degree bevel right there, but it's nowhere even close on the other side. So I'm going to need to check my miter saw as often as I possibly can to make sure that I'm cutting the proper angle. Also, I'm going to measure every single stave that I have marked out right here and get an average length, or an average width rather, for each one, and just kind of hopefully use that to figure out exactly where all of these are supposed to be width-wise, and hopefully I can break this thing apart, take it back over to the miter saw, and go back to cutting all of the angles, hopefully cut them properly, true 9s, checking every single one, and hopefully this is going to come out a lot better. As you can see from the first episode, it already looks better, but it can still use a lot of work. So let's get started. Okay, so what I have here is a dad that's addicted to YouTube. So addicted to YouTube, in fact, that he doesn't even bother to look up. Hey, Pop.
Hey, what's up?
Nothing much. Just messing with you. Okay, so actually what it is that I have here is a series of averages based on the measurements of the width of each stave. And I've made a bunch of calculations and figures over here, and I figured that what I need are 20 pieces cut at 1/31/32 of an inch. And that'll get me as close to that measurement as possible, because that's my average. So, well, I guess let's try it out. Level though.
Huh?
Okay, so what I did earlier today is I went ahead and kind of readjusted my miter saw, and hopefully I'll get some better cuts out of it. I went to Lowe's earlier and I bought this handy little piece of equipment. It is a digital angle finder, and it's pretty cool. It's got a magnetic base, so what I did with it was I found true 0 right there, which right here you get, you know, kind of a respective measurement of, like, it's a little bit out of level, but when you hit that 0 button, now that's your level surface. I came over here to the saw, set it on the blade, and that's not right. It's close, but it's not right. So what I'm looking for is 81 degrees. That 81 should give me the exact cut that I need. I think if I hit it this way, it's going to be going the wrong direction. Nope, that's going the wrong direction. Okay, that's my 81 degrees. Come back here, lock it back down. Check the level again, as well as checking it against the surface again. Good. Now, I think I ended up with some odd angles when I was making my cuts yesterday, so it's going to be a time-consuming process, but I'm actually going to check the angles on this saw after every cut. Every single cut. So, let's get started. All right, we'll go ahead and test this out. .953. I think I'm going to go with that. Okay, so I've reached the stopping point for the day. It's dark outside. Can't really do anything else. But here's what I came up with. It looks a lot better. All the bevels are matching up really, really fantastically. And as you can tell by the inside here, you can see a little bit of the line in a few places where it's not quite ready. You can see the inside, the final dimension of the inside diameter there. So it's not quite ready, of course. But just a little bit more cutting tomorrow and it should be ready. So what I think is happening is I'm still a little bit wide on my staves. I don't exactly know what it is that's causing that, but I think that once I figure it out, once I get everything down to where it should be, there has to be some kind of way, there has to be some kind of formula or algorithm that you can use to determine exactly how wide you need to cut your pieces based on an average measurement of each stave on the print. Again, this print was not done in AutoCAD, it was all drawn by hand, so there's going to be human errors in it. That I really don't think is that big of a deal. Just really getting the finer details down is what I need to work on. And once I get that taken care of, then I'm going to figure out exactly what because there has to be some kind of way to figure out, based on the print, the measurements that you come up with there has to be some kind of way to figure out since what I'm getting here, everything needs to be smaller than the measurements that I'm getting off the print. There has to be some kind of way to figure out what percentage of the measurement that I came up with on the drawing is the measurement actually going to be. There has to be some kind of formula to take off that excess width so that I can know exactly how wide to cut my pieces, and I'll be able to cut a lot of this work out. But anyway, if you're watching the videos, thanks for joining me as I learn this. Again, this is something that I've wanted to get into for a long time, and I'm happy to finally be doing it.